Buonasera everyone. Today we are going to have one last final drink here in Milan. It's getting very popular right behind me because there is some beautiful views of Milan. Milan is one of the rare Italian cities that actually has high rises. So we are on the rooftop bar, one of the highest points of Milan. So we're a little bit elevated. We see views of the skyscrapers, which I'll show you soon. For this final drink, feel free to ask me anything that you would like about travel. Unfortunately, the last live video crashed. I'm not sure why. I was walking through this amazing park and it just crashed out of nowhere. But that happens. And I was trying to search if there were other interesting places to show you Milan, but there's a reason why people usually don't spend too long in Milan is because there's not that much to see. So I figured rather than try scramble around, try to find another neighborhood to show you, just might as well take it easy and enjoy a good drink with a good view. Salute, or chin chin. And I'm having aperitivo, proper aperitivo. And here they kind of went out and gave a proper Milanese aperitivo. Not a full-on buffet, like some places, but a little bit more than just chips. So let me show you the views and then let's chat a little bit. So here are the views. For some reason there's a cloud of black smoke down there, I'm not sure why. And let me pop in and show the views over here before the table gets taken. So let me show you these views. We see the views of the skyscrapers, beautiful skyscrapers down there. We saw the Bosco Verticale, which we visited yesterday. The UniCredit building as well with the huge spire, which is actually a very pretty skyscraper. We see some of the mountain ranges down there, which I think are the Alps. And right here we see a huge kind of venue space and park space. There's also a museum right below us of design, and this is the park. I attempted to go live, but there was an issue with going live and it dropped out of nowhere. But look at the beautiful views over here. And this is a nice little park area. It looks a really cool place to also have aperitivo down there instead. And this is the restaurant. Look how huge it is. Now, in terms of aperitivo, first they brought me this. And I thought, okay, this is nice. Basic aperitivo. Chips, peanuts, and some olives. Luckily, no olive in my Negroni. And then they brought this out of nowhere. Beef tartare, farro, and this other thing, which I'm not entirely sure what it is. But it has some cream of avocado on top of it. Ooh, the sun is shining. So yeah, feel free to ask me literally anything. Last stream before Staten Island, says Clemens. Oh, this looks really good. Yes. So peanuts are peanuts. Chips, these are kind of olive chips, which are interesting. Interesting olive chips. And the sun is hitting me in an interesting way. Let me move the table a little bit back. And now let me try the bites. The beef tartare. This is raw beef, ladies and gentlemen. Raw beef with a little bit of garnish on top. Ariel sent 500 stars. Thank you so much, Ariel. I appreciate the 500 stars. Thank you, everyone, so much for sending stars. Ashley says, yeah, 75,000 stars. Where to next? Yeah, I reached 75,000 stars. Thank you, everyone, for sending 75,000 stars. I now have a new goal. Facebook is offering the final goal out of 4. It's 100,000 stars. Just $1,000. They're able to double it. So let's get to 100,000 stars by September 26th. Let's try this out. As an American, raw beef sounds like the weirdest thing in the world, but it's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. So that was a piece of raw beef. It's pretty good. It's not as weird once you get used to it. Panajote says, subscribe to the channel to get notifications when I'm live. Yes. Be sure to do that. What would New York City? What would like? What would like New York City to have that Milan or Italy has? My first trip to Italy in 2019 made me feel like New York City was lacking a lot of things. My second trip in Italy now in 2021 has made me realize that New York City has a lot of things. It made me feel proud of New York City. Not because I saw anything lacking here, but I just ended up realizing New York City does cool things just a bit differently. But if I were to bring anything back from Italy to New York City, it would be the fresh pasta. There's good pasta in New York, but the fact that it's fresh made pasta here, the fresh ingredients, and also local ingredients. And in Rome, it's very inexpensive. Ooh, I would bring back to New York if I could. Of course, New York City has that, but it's a bit more expensive. Are you going to PR after Italy, says Jeanette. Who knows? That's why we have that goal of 100,000 stars. With 100,000 stars, I'll be able to show you places that require a little bit more planning. Because Italy, we have the blessing of being able to go anywhere by train. Not so much in other locations, including my homeland of Puerto Rico. Let me try this other aperitivo. Hadn't had farro since New York. This is pretty common now in New York, farro, but haven't had it in a while. Tastes good. Stephanie says, are you flying to NY between your travels? I will indeed be back. 3 p.m. Friday, Easter Standard Time. I'll be back. Oh, Susie says we need those tiny post boxes for better trash management. Yeah, in a more practical level, not so much in the food or tourism level, I would bring back the trash management back to New York. Yeah, because they do an excellent job here in Italy, which New York really doesn't do a good job at all. They kind of suck. And these cities, they're half the size of New York, but there's no excuse. Even though New York is twice as big, there's no excuse. New York is one of the most expensive, richest cities in the world. Hey, Hibiscus, nice to see you here. Is this the longest you've been outside New York? No. But the longest I've been outside New York or Puerto Rico, yes. So, am I homesick? Just a bit. Not in a negative way. I'm just looking forward to going back for a little while before I go away again. Hey, Sunshine, nice to see you here. Hello, George. Welcome. Nice to see you here. Yeah, if you remember, that was my surprise. And I said that, so when I first watched your videos. What do you mean, Panadota? Sorry, I don't fully understand. Linda says, I'm back. I lost you for a few. Hey, Linda, yeah, service went out of nowhere. It kind of sucked. Ludo says, I sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be back. Indeed, get into the shopper. Don't go back. Please stay in Italy. I think I could spend easily 3 weeks more in Italy. Not in Milan. I think Milan I already reached capacity. I think I've seen almost everything there is to see in Milan so far, aside from maybe a few museums. But I would go to a lot of the other two tiny towns. I would go to Turin. I would go to Modena, Parma. I would love to spend an entire week in Naples. And I would be curious to show you Sicily. Not sure how easy it would be to live stream there, but I'm curious to show it. B. Griffin asks, what's happened there? What do you mean? There was just bad service. Something dropped. There was a glitch. Padua. Yeah, I heard Padua is nice as well. And Cinque Terre, yes, that's right, Linda. Cinque Terre. There's black smoke, but I'm not sure what it is, unfortunately. We want to see the whole planet with you as our guide, says Ludo. Ah, Ludo, yeah. Well, as I mentioned on Facebook, there's a goal right now, the final one that they're offering. 100,000 stars, they will be doubling it. That's $1,000 times two, $2,000. So if we reach that goal, I'll be able to show you places as soon as possible. And you don't need to plan, you don't need to walk miles a day, you don't need to buy the tickets to the museums and to the attractions, you don't need to coordinate with friends or guides or interesting locals like I've done here in Italy. You don't need to buy plane tickets. You could just sit down and watch it from your phone. So if you think that's worth sending a few stars or contributing on PayPal or Patreon, do so. Michael sent 100 stars. Thank you so much, Michael, for the 100 stars. So feel free to ask me any questions about travel. This is the official travel Q&A. We're doing it today. Might as well, because there's not that much I can show you today. I realize there's not really an interesting neighborhood to walk around, I think, at this point. So we're sitting down, enjoy a good Negroni, might as well. I only have about 20 or so minutes here, so. Mary Jane and Federico was the best. Yeah, there were two great guides, yeah. That was good. It was a raw fish of some sort. Linda says, come back. To where, Linda? In general, which nationality would you ask, Chun, which nationality is friendlier, Italians or Americans? Excellent question. Americans. It's almost no competition. In the short term, immediately. Strangers you meet, people you meet in the cafe or on the subway or metro. A tour guide, Americans are very, very friendly. It's hard to compete with American friendliness, really. That quick friendliness. Long term, I'm not sure. I haven't been here long, and there is a language barrier, so I can't fully kind of experience what it really is to connect with Italians. At least not easy. Of course, with any case around the world, language never fully comes as a challenge. B. Griffin says, I like helping tourists in New York City with directions. That's so great. Clement says, Americans are fake friendly. One thing I've noticed traveling here in Europe is there is a barrage of negative stereotypes of Americans, and I don't know, I don't agree with them. And I've encountered that a whole lot here in Italy. I don't agree with any of them. I get where they're coming from, but I think there's something that has to be done in order to kind of improve the American image abroad. Jeanette says, would you recommend a woman to travel solo here in a month? Yeah, Italy, I've featured many solo female travelers or solo female locals, and they all say they feel very safe here. They love traveling here. I have many friends who are solo female travelers that come here for very long periods of time, and they say they love it. So Italy's probably one of the more friendlier countries for travelers. Sunshine After Rain says, you've become a whole new person. Vacations are good for everyone. Yeah, cheers to that. Have you been to California? Not yet. I've been to LA, but before I started making videos. So I haven't experienced California to its fullest extent. Oh, April says, I thought Italians were very friendly, but I think they treat women different from single men. Yeah, that probably is the case. There probably is a gender difference. Why do people tell you not to do scarpetta in some parts of Italy? Is it disrespectful, says Bella. Here in Milan, people see it as kind of not being elegant, and this is a city of elegance. So I think that's why people don't like the scarpetta here in Italy, in Milan specifically. They say it's not the best manners. I don't know. I disagree, but that's the way people interpret you dousing your bread in the sauces. On this trip, has anything unplanned happened that turned out to be positive, says Bear. Just planning the trip in general has been amazing. Sfield says, will you do in the top restaurant, do the scarpetta? Yes, 100% I would. I already do that. 100% I would. I will not leave any juices if I really enjoy a dish on the table. And I will ask for more bread and do the scarpetta. 100%. If it's bad manners to someone, so be it. I will do it. Unless if it's offensive. I have not encountered a place where it's offensive yet. It's not offensive here, it's just not seen as elegant. In Milan specifically. Come to California, that would be nice. I would like to visit Lake Tahoe, but there are wildfires. Yeah, oh no, that sucks. But there are wildfires in Lake Tahoe. Other than price, so unexpected thing that I enjoyed, kind of just coming here and just enjoying Italy. It was not planned. I did Rome and I knew kind of Rome already, so I went 2 weeks there. But after that, I kind of just decided to go with the flow. I did not know where I would go after Sorrento, and I just went with the flow, and it was easy. Especially in this country, and there's many other countries like Italy where it's easy to be spontaneous. Easy to find Airbnbs or hotels if you prefer that. Easy to find good food. Easy to have a good coffee. Easy to go to museums and go to, kind of. With the pandemic, it's a bit different, but easy to go to museums. It's very easy to do things here. Easy to transport yourself from place to place because the train system is so efficient. So there's a lot of great benefits. Who is that? This is a Negroni. Gin, Campari, and vermouth. And that's a beautiful glass. Yeah, they served it in a very nice glass. Goddess, when are you coming back to New York? As I mentioned, stay tuned. Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It's easy to find pasta and wine. Yes, it is. Oh, yes. Goddess, Bella says, I find it weird because you're cleaning your plates, which means the meal was delicious in my eyes. Yes, indeed. That's the point of the scarpetta. Puerto Ricans do something similar as well. I haven't, and there's a lot of music here, so thank you to all the super urbanists for supporting. This is going to be copyrighted like crazy. Morgan says, I haven't been helping very much. I find oh, sorry, I missed your comment. It disappeared on me. Oh no. Things are moving fast. Grazie.
Di nulla, prego.
Sì. What is your... Ariel, what is the name of what you're eating? Oh, I don't know. This is called Aperitivo, so it's just tiny little bites that you have with your cocktail. I have the same glasses. I have a Negroni. I have to have a Negroni. Oh, cool. Irina, you have the same glasses. These glasses are awesome. I'm going to buy some when I go back home. Bella says, yeah, we Hispanics do that. Yeah, you know, traveling here, Italy, since it's a culture that's very proud of who they are, proud of the culture that they have, and they should be because it's a beautiful culture, it is challenging because as someone who comes from a culture that has a little bit differences that collide, there has been very many moments where I have felt like I've been doing some social faux pas or gastronomic faux pas, but it made me realize that traveling to other countries, sometimes you feel the pressure that you have to assimilate. It's a common human feeling that you have to just fit in, because if you don't fit in, you're going to be ostracized. In some cultures, they might actually ostracize you. Some other cultures probably isn't going to happen. Like Italy, you're not going to be fully ostracized. And it made me realize here that it is important to understand, to be curious, to be fascinated, to try to learn the local customs, learn the local culture. But at the same time, that is not a requirement to change who you are. Just like if someone on the street tries to ask you for something, you can say a very strong, firm, but polite no. Same thing with traveling around when it comes to culture. You could just say no. Like, if it's not offensive to you, I'm gonna scrape that bread all around that plate. If it proves to be offensive, then maybe we'll adjust. But if it's anything less than offensive, I'm gonna do it. Pineapple on pizza, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it in front of a chef in his own kitchen. That would be insulting. That would be offensive. But if I'm at home, I'm gonna do it. I buy the best pizza in Naples, and I take it to go to my Airbnb and have pineapples at my Airbnb. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put it on it. I'm not insulting the chef. He can see it as an insult, but that's on him, not on me. And I think that's very important, and that's why I learned on this trip. Be proud of who you are, not cocky, not arrogant, but be proud. It's okay to be who you are. It's okay to keep being who you are in any country. Just do it with respect and kind of learn what people are doing. Don't judge others and don't make feel like they are wrong either. Yeah, that's not a good tact. What is your plan for the next few days? I'm gonna edit more TikTok videos. I'm posting more 360 videos, and other things. I don't plan too far ahead, but I'm doing other things. I'm investigating the next trips. All right, I think I'm gonna have one more of these. Hey, excuse me. Can I have a Cynar Spritz, please?
What?
Cynar Spritz.
Cynar Spritz?
Yeah, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but Cynar.
Cynar. I'm gonna ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
I want another one.
Yeah, another one, yeah.
Can I take
Yeah,
it?
yeah, sure. Thank you so
Thank
much. Irene sent 525 stars. Thank you so much, Irene. Ronald says, where do you see yourself in 5 days? Do you consider us Europeans different from Americans? Ludo. Yeah. There's definitely some differences. There's definitely some differences. There's a lot of differences. Watch my videos. I discuss them. Again, in my opinion, differences are nothing bad nor good. They're just differences. Differences is what makes the world a beautiful place to experience. Can you show us the view? Says Arm. Yes, we'll do. Right here. And here there's the rooftop bar. Hey, very amazing for this place. Yeah, this place. I only have the table for like 15 more minutes because they're booked with reservations, but they allow me to sit for aperitivo. But yeah, it's an amazing place. It gets booked very easily. I love green spaces right in the city. Indeed. I see the green building. Yeah, Bosco Victor is there in the distance. It's so cool when you did a preview of what you brought to take home, says April. Oh yeah, that was in Mexico. I don't have too many souvenirs aside from a lot of postcards. I bought so many postcards. I have like a gigantic stack of postcards at my Airbnb. So no, I won't be doing a souvenir haul because it's just a bunch of postcards. Slightly different from Detroit, says Tracy. Yes, slightly different from Detroit. And your mask from Venice. Yeah, I have my mask from Venice. I do, yeah. Oh, that's a really cool souvenir, actually. Excuse me, but that is a really cool souvenir. Did you get your spritz? I'm waiting for it. The woman did not know what Cinar was, but I wanted to try Cinar spritz. If they probably have that liquor because it's commonplace. I'm a postcard guy too, says, hey now, you collect it. Do you feel homesick in Italy when you arrived back to New York? I did in 2019. Oh yeah, significantly. I'm not sure this time around. I think I've had my fill. I'm ready to explore a new place. Zap says, the boat rides were amazing. I'm so glad you enjoyed the boat rides. Dean says, yeah, there's a lot of kids. And people bring kids here to bars. Yeah. Just in general, in Europe, I've seen that. Someone asked me, why do I envision myself living in Italy or Europe? Europe, yes. I don't think Italy. If whenever I have the funds, I would probably buy an apartment in Rome, but otherwise I probably won't live here. I would probably live in London or in Paris. I vibe really well with the London culture. I love London culture. I love English culture. How much was the goldfish crackers? These are all included with the price of the drink. I think the drinks are about 15 euro each because we're in the terrace. Jamie says, to answer your question, Americans are usually in a rush, while Europeans are chilled back. Yeah, it's definitely the case here. I've noticed, like, I like to order quickly, and I like to I make my decisions very quickly, which I found very amusing when I have had dinner with Italians. They take their sweet time to order, and they ask a lot of questions. They try to figure out what's the best food. It's like a very long process when it comes to ordering food. I've noticed this from friends I made here in Italy. But meanwhile, I am like, yeah, I want that. Thank you. That's it. I just want that. No more questions. And then I've had certain instances where the waiter has attempted to explain to me. He's like, oh, well, you know, this is that, and then we do this way. And I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Just give me whatever works. I'm not gonna be too specific. Now it's getting fun. Janice, you keep losing connection. Oh no, I hope connection is smooth. Please let me know how to give you stars. When to FB, couldn't see how to do it. It is a star, it is a gold button. Stars gold button. You should see it. If you don't see it, you have to update your Facebook app. If you have, yeah, you probably have to update your Facebook app. But remember, not all Americans are kind of quick. That's a very New York / New Jersey personality. There's a few states where that's more the personality. Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey. Maybe Connecticut as well. But it's not really a thing, I think, in the southern parts of the U.S., which I haven't been yet extensively. Looking forward to a New York City haunted tour in October. Maybe Kay. I mean, maybe Nina, or maybe it'll be somewhere else. Maybe. Stay tuned. What are you drinking? I'm waiting for the Sinor Spritz. If they know what Sinor is, I didn't know it was such a. The waitress I have is not from Italy, so I don't think she encounters Sinor so often. Maybe I'm grossly mispronouncing it. Let me know how to pronounce Cynar. Janice, 200 stars. Thank you so much, Janice. Ariel, I still miss New York City pizza. New York City pizza is definitely a great work of art. Definitely one of the greatest food concoctions ever made. You will probably enjoy telling the history of New Orleans. Yes, I would. So big shout out to Mater. M8R, Mater, who watches on YT mostly. He's been so kind. And Chinar. Chinar, is that how it's pronounced? Chi? Thank you so much. Chinar. Mater has been so kind in sending so many books on New Orleans via the Amazon wish list. So thank you so much, Mater. Grazie. All right. This is the first time I'm trying a Cynar Spritz. I have not tried a Cynar Spritz yet. And this is somewhat of a common digestif, I think, here in Italy, but it's not so common on Spritz. Let's try it out. Ooh. Wow. Wow, that's good. That's really good. It's not like, it's not as like bright or interesting tasting as a Aperol Spritz or a Campari Spritz, which has that kind of orangey taste. This tastes more like iced tea. Linda, is it worth the wait? Yeah, it is. It's like a brighter Long Island iced tea. That's how it tastes like. It's like a Long Island iced tea, or like a spiked Arnold Palmer. That's how it tastes like. If you don't know what Arnold Palmer is, it's a mix of iced tea and lemonade. That's how it tastes like. It's like a spiked version of that. It's so weird. It's very light. I think it's deceptively light. I think two of these will start getting you tipsy. It just tastes very light. So, Manny asked, what do I miss about New York? ¿Qué yo extraño de Nueva York? Cosa que yo extraño más es el café frío. Me encanta café frío. Grecia tenía mucho café frío. Y extraño también la tostada de aguacate. Y los platos de arroz con la carne, con el pollo, con la batata y los vegetales. So what I really miss is cold coffee. I love my cold brew. Greece actually did not make me miss cold coffee because they had amazing Freddo espresso everywhere, and it was amazing. And then I also miss the avocado toast, but I also miss the rice bowls. I love having my veggies, my chicken, my rice or farro with a bunch of sweet potato and squash and a bunch of other things. I love those gigantic rice bowls. All right, I only have like 10 or so minutes, so feel free to ask me any last question. Port Authority, do I miss Port Authority? Oh yes. Oh, Port Authority, how beautiful you are. It could compare to some of the greatest, oh, grazie. No worries. Port Authority can combine to one, that was the waitress that just came with. That's the beauty of Aperitivo. You order, they'll give you more. Port Authority, one of the most beautiful places on earth. Stephanie asks, are you nervous to fly? No, I'm not nervous to fly. I just don't like flying. I don't like airplanes. I mean, they're nice. And I like the adventure that is a result of an airplane ride. But the very act of flying thousands of feet in the air in a small little box that's insulated with a crying child is not the most pleasant thing. Unless if you could sleep on it, which I can encounter a few times. Charlotte, where do you want to travel my next destination? I'll tell you this. The place I want to travel has been on my mind for years. I've mentioned it countless times. It's the home of Highlanders, of scones, of meat pies, sheniki, good stout beers. What am I eating? I'm eating an olive. It's a very bear. Those are places I want to visit. How long will your flight be back to New York? It's a 9-hour flight. AR says Florida. Yes, obviously Florida. The home of scones and meat pies in Florida. George says Philippines. Obviously the Philippines, right. Though I would love to go to the Philippines at some point. A lot of people guessed correctly. Maybe you will like flying better if you are inside the plane, not the wings. Indeed or not. Crying and children running around is the worst. I like to fly in the evening when everyone's sleepy. Yeah, that might be the best tact. Someone asked me about how do I handle jet lag. Problem is I can't sleep too well on airplanes, so I get like a day or two worth of jet lag, especially if I'm traveling between time zones, because traveling on the airplane at night, I'm not sure how people can fall asleep. I'm unable to. Vietnam is on my short list, says Hey Now. Oh yeah, Hey Now. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Wow. This is really interesting. Again, this is not going to stick out like a Campari or a Aperol. It's not going to taste special. But it's damn interesting. Try it out. Chinar Spritz. And more raw beef. Stephanie says, I fall asleep because I'm so nervous leading up to the flight. Yeah. Melatonin helps you relax. Yeah, you can take melatonin or CBD and melatonin. There's gummy bears for it, which I actually did. I didn't take it on the plane, but I took it when I came back to fall asleep. I'm not offering medical advice, by the way. I'm not a trained professional. Does Cinar Spritz give you a buzz? Yes, I think so. It's one of those drinks that tastes very light, but it's actually very strong. It's like a Long Island iced tea. It's in the same vein. Ludo! Oh, Ludo. Someone else sent me a super chat. Do let me know. I think I missed it earlier, but Ludo says, you helped us escape the daily grind of life and forget problems for a while. That alone is a luxury. Thanks for the past 2 months and see you on your next adventures. Christine, is it the same Christine from Facebook? Do let me know. The more I learn about many of you, the more I realize husband and wives watch together on different platforms, and we have kids and grandkids, and I end up realizing there's a lot of families tuning in. Thank you so much, Christine and Ludo. I'm so happy you enjoyed it. Let me know if this is the same Christine from Facebook or if it's a different one. Thank you so much. Zap says, always I watch Ariel's videos. Missing Venice already. My final thoughts on Milan, since this is the final episode, is it's amazing. It's a fun city to visit. Probably only need about 2 days, unless if you're using Milan as a base of operations to go to Lake Como, maybe Lake Garda, Modena, and Parma, then it might be useful. But I don't think the city is really, you need to see that much. Florence, I think you might need a few more days. I think Florence is like a 3 to 4 day trip like I took. I took like 5 days or 6 days. It was worth it for those days. Ultimately. At first I was skeptical, but it ended up being a good trip. Venice, mind-blowing. I could have stayed in Venice about 2 days more. Sorrento, easily could have stayed a few more days. Is a very interesting city. Not the city itself, but just the day trips you could take from there. I could have easily gone to the other town very far into the Amalfi Coast. And I think that would have been very interesting. So yeah, this trip has been amazing. Sharon, thank you so much for $5 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Sharon. All right, let's drink. I want to hold up the poor couple that has reserved this for a few months. Sharon, thank you so much. I will go to Como and Friuli in a flash, says Jens. Oh, yes. I spent 16 days in Florence. I wanted to stay forever, says Tracy. Yeah. Florence grew on me. It grew on me. Especially Tuscany. Whoa. The coverings opened up. No. I'm just talking to the camera, so don't mind me. Yeah, no, it's okay. So the coverings opened up right over here. You have outdone yourself on this trip, says Inspire Life. I'm so glad. Now it's getting full. There's so many people here. So many people. Let me show you one more time around. Susan, thank you so much for 500 stars. Catherine says, haha, guy talking to himself. As I mentioned, the live streaming inherently is a weird act. Just like a lot of things in art. It's weird. But cheers to the weirdness. Wendy says, so sad you're going. Yeah. 6,000 plus stars were sent today. Wow. So we are 94,000 stars away, ladies and gentlemen. 94,000 stars away. And once we get to 100,000 stars, I'll be able to show you a really cool place filled with myths and legends. Here in Italy, have not encountered too many myths and legends. Well, I have, but they haven't been too weird. Here we encounter beauty, marvelous architecture, great food, great coffee, very interesting locals. Paola and my friend Cassandra, who's a half New Yorker, half Southern Italian. Mary Jane, so many other people. We've had so many wonderful people that we featured, and all that is amazing. But now I am eager to show you something that is more mythical, more legendary. Monsters and ghouls, crazy stories about history, drama between kings and queens. Oh, I want to show you that. I can't wait to show you that type of history. Stay tuned. Janice, you say Cassandra was fun. And what is the name of the restaurant? I'll let you know at the end of the video, Joseph. Where and when, says Catherine. Stay tuned. September 26th is the Stars goal on Facebook. And we already reached the goal for 75 patrons. But that is for a tropical destination, which also is in the works. However, for the Myths and Legends destination, her goal is 100 patrons. On patreon.com, we have 80, so we need 20 more for the land of myths and legends. Paola was such a nice person. Indeed, she was. I'm doing good. Yeah. You can take it away. Yeah. Thank you.
Sorry.
Can I? Is it possible I can stick around for dinner, or is this table already reserved?
I'm gonna ask.
You can ask. All right. Thank you so much.
Sure.
I appreciate it. I asked if I could stay longer because otherwise I would definitely buy dinner. Let me know if you would be down for me sticking around for dinner, if I can, permitting. Hawaii is full of pineapple. Oh yes, indeed it is. Stephanie says yes. Oh, let's see. Crossing fingers. I'm more than okay. I did not make reservations. I understand this is a gorgeous place, so I will be okay with either way. Order another Coke. Which all thanks of the collaboration. Yes, so everyone give a huge round of hearts to all the collaborators out there. We had Paola, so kind of us to show me Tuscany, which was probably one of the more beautiful places that I've seen, especially with the food. Oh my God, Tuscan food is, it just will overwhelm all your taste buds in the best way possible. Check out my video on TikTok and my video on Facebook. Catherine says, please don't pineapple talk after Ariel started the riots last night. Yeah, you know. Abby just joined on Patreon. Thank you so much, Abby. Appreciate it. Oh, sorry, only English. What?
Dinner?
Yes, I can have dinner. Yeah, I would love the menu, please. Yeah, thank you. All right, everyone. So I am sticking around. Let me know. I have permission to stay at the table, permitting I have dinner. Let me know if you want me to stick around through dinner for this last live video. However, this is a two-way conversation, so I need some questions. Grazie. So yeah, I have permission to stay for dinner. Maybe there was a cancellation. Maybe they just have a crazy amount of tables. Who knows? But we got lucky. And Ava, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. So Ava is joining on with the other patrons to sponsor this last meal on live video here in Italy. Thank you so much, Ava. Now I'm gonna need some food because this was crazy strong. Oh my God. Wow. That was crazy strong. All right, let me show you the menu. Risotto alla milanesa. I love the Milanese. It's been such a great city. Beautiful history. Beautiful people. Wonderful fashion. But from the bottom of my heart, I am not going to have a Milanese. Risotto alla milanese. I'm going to have a proper pasta instead. Hey, Tracy, thank you so much for 400 stars. And Susie, thank you so much for 500 stars. Ooh, thank you. They have spaghetti and meatballs. No, that is not here, but just give me an idea. As I mentioned, I'll be live next weekend, every day, Friday through Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Let me show you the menu. It's a bit expensive. Of course, we're in the Rooftop restaurant. They do have risotto alla milanesa, but I'm not going for that. And it's also minimum 2 people, which is funny. There's a cuperto. Oh, they announced it. That's nice. It means the service charge. But what caught my eye was this one right here with veal white ragu, morsel mushrooms, and aromatic herbs. This caught my eye. There's pomodoro. It's funny here. It says spaghetti pomodoro. It's just basic spaghetti with tomato sauce, but it says con vista, with a view. Spaghetti with tomatoes, but it has it with the view. That's why it's worth $18. I love that. So that's amazing. And we have the segunde platis, which I'm probably not going to indulge in. I'm not going to indulge in the segunde platis. But they do have dolce. Let's see what they have for dolce. Wow, ricotta ice cream with salted caramel and crispy almonds. Oh, that's good. A raspberry millefeuille. Wow, that's amazing. Susie's having the spaghetti. but with a view. That's why it's worth $18. 18 euro. But I'm gonna have my tagliatelle al ragù bianco di vitello funghi. Oh, there's so many Italian words there. I'll stop there. Wow, what we eat? How about agua gasata and also tagliatelle?
Tagliatelle.
Grazie mille. Kay says, thankfully I'm not hungry. I had a huge lunch. Kay, I hope your Sunday roast was amazing. Hisami says it's such a tongue twister. Oh yes. Nat Geo says will be Ireland. Well, as I mentioned, there's the first goal, which was 75 patrons and 75 YouTube members. We have already 80 patrons. We need about 15 more YouTube members, I think, somewhere around there. I'll double check. But between 10 to 15 new YT members. And I will be showing you a tropical city if we get to 75 on YT as well. If we get to 100 on Patreon, plus 100,000 stars on Facebook, we will be showing you a land of myth and legend. And those are the two places I'll be showing you. So we're close to the first goal, the tropical city one. I bet 2 months passed really fast. They did. Extremely fast. Very, very fast. I had tagliatelle, ham, and cheese, says Helen. Oh, that's so cool, Helen. That's awesome. Hey, Catherine. Catherine is sponsoring the meal. Thank you so much. Catherine is sponsoring part of the tagliatelle. Bree says, what's your favorite dessert? Here in Italy, my favorite dessert so far has been tiramisu. It's amazing. It's not on the menu here, unfortunately, but tiramisu. Blown my mind. Grazie. No worries. I make live videos all around the world.
But I don't want to bother you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No worries. Thank you. That's one thing I've noticed here in Italy. Waiters are very polite when it comes to seeing me film. It's like a multiple stage process. You have the first stage, they're like weirded out. They're like, what the hell is this person doing? And then the second stage is, oh, this person is making some type of video. Let me not bother him as much as possible, which is nice. Yeah, thank you so much. And also, let me have a glass for the. Thank you. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice. So Catherine, thank you so much for sponsoring the tagliatelle, and also Eddie is joining in sponsoring the tagliatelle. Thank you so much, Eddie, as well. Thank you so much for a $5 super chat. And we have a few people sending stars as well. Sil says, enjoy the rest of your travels. Looking forward to your wanderings wherever they might take you. Thank you so much, Sil. Also, $10 super chat. Joining in sponsoring the tagliatelle. Grazie. Polite servers, so New York City too. There's a little bit more politeness here if they see me, if they know that I'm filming in Italy. There's a little bit more politeness than New York. New York, either New York is interesting because New York, I've had certain instances where the waiter kind of jumps into the video. That's always fun. Or the other ones, they just don't care. It doesn't matter to them. Adam, there's a lot of people sitting here. So they give me a huge bread dish. And you know what I'm going to do with this bread? Let me know. What do you think I'm going to do with this bread? Let me know. Do you try any Asian food in Italy? I tried Hawaiian, which is not Asian, but there is some Asian influence into it. I tried poke balls. I tried dumplings in Rome with truffle, and goddamn, that was a really great dumpling. I did not make a video of it, but I was blown away by those dumplings. I tried truffle dumplings and truffle Chinese dumplings in Rome. Hey, highly, no, it's Swimming Tigerness says, thank you so much for the Italian adventure. So much inspiration for when I finally make this trip. Bon voyage as to your next destination. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for sending 10 Canadians. Along with Catherine, we have 30 Canadians. We have so many Canadians. So many Canadians here. We have a very big group of Canadians already. So thank you so much for sending 10 more Canadians over. Thank you so much. So, yep, everyone. I'm going to break a gastronomical taboo of Milan and do the scarpetta on a beautiful tagliatelle all around for all to see. Just going to do that huge scarpetta. All right, let me drink some more water. So feel free to ask me anything. Ooh, we have another super chat. His app says break bread. Yes, we gotta break bread. We have a huge group of Canadians. Lucy says, thank you for the last 2 months of travel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lucy, for the $10 Canadians. We got even more Canadians. Wow. We got a lot of Canadians. I'm like the Statue of Liberty, but for Canadians. Give me all your hungry and poor, but Canadians are luckily not hungry nor poor, thank God. But give me all your Canadians. I'm like the Statue of Liberty for Canadians. Thank you so much. Give me all your Canadians, ladies and gentlemen. So the sunset. The sun is already setting. Have you been to any gluten-free menus? I have not. On this trip, I have not gone to a gluten-free place. I did in Paris when I went in 2019. It was nice. I have not investigated gluten-free here. Though places here do mention if something has gluten, especially the more modern places. So if you are someone who avoids gluten for whatever reason, you will find, go to the modern hip places and they do have a gluten warning for things. Will you go back to Como? I would in a heartbeat. Give the bread to the Canadians. Yes, I think the Canadians deserve the bread. Let me show you the sunset.
Buonasera.
Buonasera. Grazie.
Prego.
Wow. Beautiful. All right. Wonderful. Wow. Oh, everyone. We have entered scarpetta land. This is the perfect dish for the scarpetta. This is a weird mushroom. Look how textured it is. Oh my god. It's giving me a queasy feeling just looking at it, but I'm excited to try it out. That's a weird mushroom. Wow. A tagliatelle, kind of similar to the American fettuccine. And there's a little bit of olive oil mixed with the sauce. Try it out. Plenty of sauce for scarpetta. Oh yes, this is gonna be a scarpetta worthy dish. Looks like a sponge. Yeah. It's a weird mushroom. I have not seen this mushroom on pasta yet. I've seen it in Asian dishes. They have a similar mushroom on Chinese dishes. The hamburger helper looks good. So, who is this? It's probably George. Is it George? Hey, it is George. I knew it, George. Constantinos says another Canadian. Costasinos is sending 5 more Canadians. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. If we were 1900s America, we're getting so many Canadians that I might need to do a quota on Canadians. It might be a danger to American society if I allow too many Canadians in. But thank you so much for sending in the Canadians. You're gentrifying my videos with Canadianness. Thank you so much, Constantinos. So George is making a reference to Hamburger Helper, which was a famous additive 20 years ago. And yeah, it probably wasn't the most attractive thing to eat, but it kind of does look like Hamburger Helper, but probably is much tastier. That's very nice. Wow. Hearty taste to it. That's very good. Still is the mushroom in it. Let's try the mushroom on its own. It's a weird mushroom. Let's try it. I feel queasy looking at it, but wow. That's a flavorful mushroom. Not truffle, but does have flavor. Wow. That's a weird mushroom. It's so juicy. You bite into it, just like fills your mouth with juices. Has a kind of a savory, meaty taste to it. That's an odd mushroom. Oh my God. Wow. No, they do not taste like magic mushrooms. JK. Don't ask me. No, don't ask me how I know the taste of magic mushrooms. But no, they don't taste like magic mushrooms. It's so weird. So the texture is similar to tofu. It tastes like tofu. It's very juicy. It's a juicy mushroom. I'm not sure how mushrooms could get juicy. Someone said I thought all mushrooms were the same. They are not. Oh no. Mushrooms, there's a magnificent variety of mushrooms out there in the world. We just barely know the cusp. Crystalline is sending 20 more Canadians. Oh my God, we have smuggled so many Canadians over the border. Thank you so much for helping smuggle more Canadians over the border. It's a morel mushroom. Medicinal properties. I like medicinal mushrooms. What's the medicinal properties of morel mushrooms, Crystalline? Thank you so much for smuggling in over 20 more Canadians over the border. Thank you so much. Let me highlight Crystalline's comment over here. Wow. Thank you, Canada. Is this in Canada? Morel mushrooms? Let me know. That's a good mushroom. I would just like a plate, just full on mushrooms. That'd be great. Hisami says, maybe we have to travel to Canada with all the Canadian dollars. Indeed we do. So do let me know what's the medicinal benefits of morel mushrooms specifically. And yes, different mushrooms have different benefits. Depends on the mushroom. Not all of them have medicinal benefits. Or known to have medicinal benefits. LOL, Ashley. LOL. Bella says you're a good eater. Oh, don't say that too soon, because I'm about to do what something horrifies many Milanese. I'm going to do the dreaded scarpetta. It's something from southern Italy. Something from central and southern Italy. Can't do a central. You can't do that type of lower Italian style. I'm going to do that. I'm going to scarpetta all around this dish. Oh. So the dish is has a very strong mushroom taste. The pasta is very thin pasta. Hard to kind of scoop up because it's so thin. It's almost paper thin. And then there's other bits of mushroom here that are different tasting. They're a little bit more kind of thicker over here. Wendy says, do it or lick the plate. Licking the plate might be pushing the limit. Yeah, that unfortunately is pushing the limit in many parts of the world. Licking the plate might actually offend people. So yeah, but yeah, there's a different type of mushroom here as well. Roy, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I will have a safe flight. I will do. With your $2, I will buy a good mineral water and have a very good safe flight. Very well hydrated on that flight. This is a very expensive pasta, but it's really good. And then there's I think some basil that adds a little bit of fresh taste to it. Morel mushrooms are harvested in North Carolina and along with other edibles. Oh, Belinda, that's awesome. It's a shroom platter today, yeah. Twirl and scoop with bread. Oh yes. Dried mushrooms are so expensive, says George. Indeed they are. Stephanie says morels are also in New York. Yeah, I've seen morels before. I've seen Chinese cuisine use morels. Morel mushrooms are expensive. All right, I'm glad I'm spending €22 for this dish then. I can't believe you're not having a glass of wine with this. You're missing the full experience of the dish. I get it, but you know, I'm not the biggest fan of wine with my meal. I understand. It's a good combination, but the answer is no. No, I just don't. I'm not the biggest fan with wine and meal. I was mistaken. These are not mushrooms. The thick ones is actually small pieces of veal. Yeah, very good. You have to get one more dessert after this meal. I think I will. Let me know. Start voting now. If you want to see dessert in this beautiful terrace restaurant, vote now. And voting means pressing that like button. Specifically, not so much with this Q&A, because a lot of people probably will have no idea what this Q&A is about. But press that like button with the previous video and the previous videos. Like Como, press the like button for Venice videos. Let's get those videos that show the real Venice, the real Bellagio and Lake Como. Let's get those videos at least getting the same views as the Las Vegas versions. So slam that like button right now. And slam for those older videos specifically. And slam and share older videos, especially the TikTok ones on Facebook. Linda sent 100 stars. Thank you so much, Linda. I appreciate it. Inkspire Life says, don't desert the dessert. Yeah, indeed. This is a great pasta. I highly recommend it. Tiramisu, they don't have tiramisu on the menu. Unfortunately. Otherwise, I would 100% get it. Let's see you try an authentic tiramisu. Yeah, no tiramisu in this menu. So good. So, ask me any questions about travel. What dessert goes well with pasta? Anything. As long as it doesn't have meat. I would love to go back to Italy, says Rosalina. Oh, I'm so glad you would. That's so awesome. That's so good. Yeah, I hope you do. The raspberry thingy look good. I think so, yeah. I think, Linda, I agree with you. Miliforni, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Starts with M-I-L-L-E. Let me know how to pronounce that. Are you having a main? No, I'm not having a secondi. Probably enough food with me for this primeri plati and the dolce. Probably gonna need an espresso. This was a very strong Cynar spritz. What's on the dessert menu? There was a few items, but I forgot. I had too much Cynar spritz to remember. See how full you'll get after this meal. Might not want something rich and filling. It says April. Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be very filling enough. What visual images will you hold in your heart from this trip? Fall in love with the doors, windows, and everything. Santorini. Athens, Santorini on sunset, walking along the caldera view, seeing the beautiful golden sun glisten on the waves of the caldera. Amazing. Probably one of the better views I've ever seen in my life. And then when it comes to Italy, I would say probably one of the memories that would stick out the most to me in Italy. Well, actually Athens. I fell in love with Plaka, the Plaka. I really loved Greece. Greece was an amazing, amazing place. Italy, I fell in love with the beauty, the architecture, and the history and the arts. But Greece, I fell in love with the vibe. The vibe of Greece was something very special. And there's something there. There's something there about Greece. Yeah, so. Yeah, Greece is just magical. It's hard to explain. I can't find words to explain that spark I felt with Greece. But when it comes to Italy, Capri blew me away. It blew me away, Capri. But I would say Venice on the Grand Canal. Such a beautiful place to go. Yeah, beautiful place to go. to me, Italy is like hanging out with that new friend who's so deeply interesting. That friend has so many stories. That friend is knowledgeable. That friend has a wonderful personality. That's Italy. But Greece is hanging out with that person that you're fascinated by. That you just want to, you don't know what it is. You don't know why. It doesn't make any logical sense why you're fascinated by it, but you're fascinated by them in such a very interesting way. It's that friend that you really want to get to know in a much deeper way. That's the difference between them two. In my perspective. Everyone's going to have a different perspective, I think. Enter Bourdain did an amazing episode in Greece, says Stephanie. Oh, that's awesome. It's about the history, or is there something more you enjoyed about the country? It was the vibe and the people. The vibe and the people in Greece. As I mentioned, Greece is a challenging country because it's very communal. You'll stick out if you're not from there, if you're not from the community. People will know. Like, there's almost like this intuitive feeling, like, oh, this person's not from here. Even though I can easily fit in as Greek in many instances. But people can already feel, I think, in Greece, oh, you're not from here. You're not part of our community. And that could be jarring in Greece. But the interesting thing is that if you're there and you're visiting Greece, and you're even making the slightest effort to say a few Greek words, the Greek people want to know you, want to know who you are, to potentially allow you to be a part of the community. That's the magic of Greece, which I don't feel in Italy. I don't feel that in Italy. That's the difference. But again, nothing could compete with the beauty of Italy. There's very few places around the world that could truly compete with the beauty of Italy. But it depends on your priorities in life. Sometimes we just vibe with the energy of a place, yes. I've been cutting Gary's hair. Do you want your haircut, says Susie. Susie and Gary are from Scotland, and Susie has just offered to cut my hair. Maybe, Susie, maybe if I'm adventurous. I'm not sure if you're a professional hairstylist, but maybe if you're not, maybe if I'm adventurous. Ludo says maybe Italians are more on their own. I think that's the case. Yeah. Again, it depends on your priorities in life. I am a person who... I'm in a point in my life where I kind of want to meet people. I want to connect with people. I don't have kind of that super set-in group of close friends. I have many wonderful friends, but it's not like something like you would see in another point in life. In my college days, I had more of that super close group of friends. Or I'm not in a long-term relationship, which changes things. So I am in that point in my life where I kind of want to connect. And maybe for someone else visiting Italy, they're in the point in their life where they just want to experience beauty and wonder and history. But for me, I want to connect, and that's why kind of Greece had a little bit of that more spice to it. Mexico as well had a little bit more spice to it. It's a lovely place for dinner, says Mikkel. It is. I'm enjoying the views. I'm so glad that they let me have food here, despite it being very full. When are you coming to Cyprus? One day, yeah. I can't wait to go to Cyprus one day. I have a friend from Cyprus in over there in New York. Adam says, do you have issues blending in with some communities? Here. I met many Italians, and they've been wonderful, hang out. And then I met Mary Jane's family. They were wonderful people. Aside from that, it's been Italy. It's been the trickiest place to meet people. As I mentioned, Greece. Greece, it's not that I met a bunch of people, but I felt like it was a lot easier to do so. I did meet a lot of people in Greece. Actually, I met more people in Greece than I did in Italy. But also felt like it was easier to do in Greece. And in Mexico, yeah, I met so many people in Mexico. Mexico was amazing. Stephanie says, how old are you? Old enough. Susie says, no, I'm not a hair professional, but I am medical, so I have no problem with any accidents. All right, Susie. Thanks for... Yvonne says, thank you for taking us along to meet your new friends. The views and the amazing. It's been a fun trip. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Have you gotten... But Ariel looks good with long hair, says Ashley. Thank you so much. I can blend in with neighborhoods and communities, says Adam. That's awesome, Adam. Wow, amazing answer, says Elizabeth. I'm so glad you enjoyed that. Interesting answer. Have you ever been to Brighton? No, I have not been to Brighton yet. All right, I'm nearing the end of my pasta. I have just this 2 more bites left. Adam says, are you still hungry? I could go for dessert. That's basically the max I can do. Yeah, that's the max I can do. Adam says, did I meet anyone I would keep in contact with? I've met people that I probably would visit again. Or if they come to New York, I would love to show them around and to hang out with them again. So yeah. Then comes the bread sponge. Oh yes, I'm going to do something that will shock many of the Milanese here. I'm going to do the scarpetta. Something from central and southern Italy. What's the best thing you ate in Italy? Asked Nate. Best thing I ate in Italy is the wild boar stew from Tuscany. I made a video of it. The wild boar stew. Oh wow, that was amazing. And then the second best dish is spaghetti carbonara from a place called Luciano, thanks to the recommendation of Ronald, who hasn't been there personally, but he did some good Google searching, and that place blew me away, the pasta carbonara. I made a short video on that as well. And then the other third one I also made a short video of was the truffle pasta in Florence. Ooh! And they also had I had a lot of food on that day. They had a ash cooked steak. It's hard to even compare those three. All those three are almost equally awesome. But yeah, that was amazing, amazing food. All three of them I made short videos on, so check them out on TikTok or on Facebook. Are you going to do chapters on future videos? Says Janice. Oh, Facebook does not have that feature. YT has. I'm not sure yet. Maybe. As I mentioned, I'm open to any volunteers that want to try it out. All right, everyone. So let me do the scarpetta. I could drink some more water though. All right, let's do it. Look at this. This is a plate. And this plate, you would think you're done in most places around the world. But oh no, you are not done here. You are not done with this. Oh, we're going to get the thick piece of bread over here. The thick piece of bread. You are not done here. You need to do something very... Oh, this bread is pretty hard. You'll need to do something very special. Let's soften this bread a little bit. It's a bit hard. I like the challenge of doing a scarpetta in one single swoop. It's a little bit hard to do with some dishes. This one is definitely a challenge. Let's see. Let's see if we can do it. Maybe in two. Maybe in two will be more reasonable. There we go. It is A-game scarpetta. Oh, actually, I think we'll be able to do it. Yeah. A-game scarpetta. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. There we go. Laura asked, do I have any high expectations? No! Ooh, this is a great view. Wow. This is a great skyline. No, I did not have any high expectations and they were disappointed. No, luckily no. Luckily no. There we go. A scarpetta in one single swoop. There we go. This is A-game scarpetta, everyone. If there were Olympics for scarpetta, this would be it. Luckily, no riots have started, which is nice. Oh yeah. Scarpetta all day, every day. Oh, that was really good. Wow. Dare I say that's even better than the pasta experience. Sometimes you just gotta do you. No matter how much of a faux pas it is, sometimes you just gotta do you. You gotta live your life, ladies and gentlemen. Your beard suddenly got darker. It's because of the scarpetta. And I end up adding a little bit extra testosterone into my bloodstream. That was a beautiful experience. Wow. One of the best scarpettas I've ever had in my life. Wow. That was great. Truly, wow. I got my composure. I could not end this Italy trip any better. One of the best scarpettas of my life. Maravilloso. Wow. That was an experience. So glad we're able to share this evening with you, says Lori. Lori, yes. Thank you so much for tuning in. All you need now is a cigarette. That's how it feels like, yeah. That's exactly how it feels like. Yeah. A good cigarette. The aperitif, the mushrooms, and the farewell to Italy. It's making Ariel emotional. You're so happy again, says Thomas. Are you ready for dessert? I am ready for dessert. After that immensely beautiful scarpetta. I don't know what the Milanese are losing out on, but this is truly one of the better practices you can do in your life. I'll have the raspberry millefleur. I don't know how to pronounce it yet. Thank you so much. And compliments to the chef. That was an amazing pasta.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Oh, and I gotta ask for espresso. Bella says that scarpetta was epic. Oh yeah. Wendy says you did so well. I'm so glad. Happiness is this, and you bring it to all of us, says S. Fields. Ariel, you are glowing. I went to another realm with that scarpetta. Nice to give thanks to the chef. You know, in America, when you say compliments to the chef, they usually never say anything to the chef. But I've come here and they literally have said thanks to the chef. And also espresso, please. I'll take it. They literally have said thanks to the chef. Here, I've encountered that twice so far. I was surprised. I was like, whoa. I said compliments to the chef and you actually said something to the chef. Oh, so Mona, thank you so much. Mona gave a $15 super chat. Mona, thank you so much for the $15 super chat. Mona is sponsoring the dessert and the espresso. Thank you so much, Mona, and to everyone else who sent all the horde of Canadians out over here. Thank you so much for smuggling so many Canadians here. And Mona for sponsoring good old American dollars, the final part of this night, before we head off to whole new lands. to bright new territories, to explore, to boldly go where no man has gone before. What time is my flight over? Like in 2 hours? No, I'm joking. I got time. Serene says, hello everyone, God bless you all. Lori, thank you so much for tuning in. Reminded me of the chef in the Jewish place who chased me in Rome. Yes. I have not encountered that since. A chef that I thought was going to start a fight with me, but actually end up complimenting the fact that I made the video. That was a very funny moment in Rome. So Ronald is mentioning the chef from the Jewish ghetto in Rome, who approached me very angrily, Italian way, but was actually very happy that I made a video, like very happy. Mona says, where are you eating? If you don't mind me sharing. At the very end of the video, I will let all of you know. Yeah, I'll let you know. I have the name right over here. Linda, 3 p.m. Friday, Eastern Time. I'll be back live. The Jewish Sheffield was so funny. The Jewish chef was so funny, yes. He was a very funny man. Have you ever thought Holland as a tour? 100%. One of the top places I want to visit is Amsterdam. Amsterdam is still a little bit out of my budget. It's still a bit more expensive than other places, but can't wait to show it. Paul says not angrily, but aggressively. Yes, aggressively is a better word. Yeah, he approached me aggressively with love. Someone asked me, do I regret anything on this trip? No, I don't regret anything on this trip. Will you have a philosophical chat next Friday? Oh, yeah. That's a good question. Yeah, I will announce it when it'll be in that weekend. So, of course, I'll do a philosophical chat. Yeah, I'll do one on Friday night. Hopefully weather will be okay. Stay tuned, I'll tell you the time. Is Oslo an expensive city to visit? I don't think so. I think it's among the most expensive. Grazie. Wow. This is a good restaurant. This is not a bad restaurant. This is a very good restaurant. I thought having this immense view, they weren't going to try too hard, but yeah, they're doing very well. Do you guys want me to show you the dessert, or do you want to enjoy it, imagining in your minds? Let me know what you prefer, and I can do either. I can do either. I can let you imagine in your minds, like many writers don't show the action; they just allude to it, so you can just imagine it, because sometimes imagination is so much more powerful than reality. Or I can show you how it is. I can tell you it's a really interesting dessert. They really did a good job. So yeah, vote now, forever hold your peace. After a meal, let's go for a nice walk.
Have your coffee?
Yes, grazie mille.
Please. And some cookies for me.
Oh, wonderful, thank you.
I take these, okay?
Quite enough food, yes. I love it, thank you.
Okay.
How do I pronounce the name of the restaurant?
Sorry?
How do I pronounce the name of the restaurant?
Terrazza.
Sì.
Terrazza Triennale.
Terrazza Triennale. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Triennale is the museum.
Okay.
Okay, and the restaurant is Terrazza Osteria con Vista.
Osteria con Vista. Oh, that's
Yeah.
the name of the restaurant. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so Terrazza Triennale and Osteria con Vista. They have two names for some reason, but Terrazza Triennale is where you'll find it, and Osteria con Vista is their second name. All right, everyone. So people voted, and look at this. Oh my God! I've seen millefiores, and pardon pronunciation, before in New York because it's a common dish, and I've seen them, the normal style, classical style. But here they really have went all out for this. And I got some espresso, and they have even homemade cookies. Wow, this is good service. Good service. So let me show you a little. Actually, let's go a little bit closer. Oh, I love the music. Someone said they think I'm a food critic. Yeah, that sometimes happens. I have never gotten anyone kind of physically tell me, verbally tell me that they are asking me if I'm a food critic. It hasn't happened to me, but I assume that sometimes it might happen. Oh, the guys in the Jewish ghetto asked me if I were a food vlogger. So SPL says, okay, we're coming over. As I mentioned, I'm always happy to say hi on the street for a few seconds, but when it comes to food, let me be in peace. I like concentrating on the video and the food. She. I'm so happy I came here. Sometimes in life we encounter challenges. Earlier today, I was doing the last walk of this Italy trip. And I thought I was going to walk around and head over to Chinatown and maybe a little bit beyond and end with a good aperitivo and with a good Aperol spritz and kind of bid all of you farewell. I thought that was going to be the last video. But no. As I'm in this beautiful park, the Central Park of Milan, the live stream crashes. It's probably the worst time to crash. It could have crashed any time. And it has a few times throughout this trip. Crash in the middle of the live stream. But not the last one. Don't crash on the last one. Don't. But it did. And Milan honestly hasn't been the place to find a plethora of amazing, authentic Italian food. It has not been the place. There's good enough food all around the city, but it hasn't been the place to find kind of that mind-blowing food that I felt in Rome, that I've experienced in Naples briefly, that I experienced in Florence and Tuscany specifically. It hasn't been that. But somehow, after that live video crashed, I sat on the park bench and I just searched for a Lombardian restaurant, which is the region we're in. We're in Lombardy region. And the first result was this place that by all means look like just a place to have a drink. Many rooftop bars are just merely good for their reviews. Sometimes rooftop bars don't even have the best drinks. They are a little bit too watery, a bit too expensive. But by pure luck, happenstance, serendipity, whatever you want to call it, this bar did not only end up being a gorgeous view, gorgeous sunset, calm ambiance, great service, great strong drinks, but also some of the best food I've had here in Milan thus far. The best food I've had in Milan thus far. So sometimes things are truly meant to be. And that said, this is the most unique version of this cake I've ever tried. The crunch is perfect, the cream is fluffy, the raspberry is subtle enough to add just an extra kick to it, but not overwhelm the entire thing. This is the perfect combination of all those three amazing things: fruity, crunchy, and creamy, all together coalescing into a beautiful experience in my mouth. Sometimes you have to embrace the pitfalls of life, because if you stick through it, if you breathe through the pitfalls of life, maybe, just maybe, you will encounter a beautiful meal like this. Maybe you'll meet a special someone. Maybe you'll have a great chat with a stranger. Maybe you'll have the best drink of your life. Maybe you'll sit on the best bench with the most immense view that you've ever seen in your life. Just maybe you'll have a better experience if you just go with the flow through a challenge, an obstacle, a pitfall. If you just stick through it, maybe something special and magical will happen. Oh yeah. This is an amazing dessert. Wow. So many layers in here. Highly recommend this restaurant. Terrazza Triennale. And their slogan is Osteria con Vista. Terrazza Triennale. It's in this museum. Actually below us is a museum, so. Milan, I recommend this. It's going to be expensive, but it's going to be worth it. Wow. A thousand layers, yeah. Yeah, it means 1,000 layers, the name of the dessert. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Janice. Yeah, you're right. Oh, our taste buds are tortured. We want some. Yeah. Someone said that Mark Weeds is taking notes of my food reviews. I'm glad he is. Gary Johnston says, I'm growing my hair back. No, I actually got my hair cut in Florence. It's just the beautiful vibes of Italy have made my hair much thicker. Tammany says, whenever you do these late night dinner chats, where you're going ready to travel, the emotions run high and I start to cry, says Tammany. Sometimes crying is the most beautiful experience, because I learned that crying is a release of something you've held deep down inside. You've been bottling it up. And when you cry, you kind of just release that. And it's a good sign. It's an amazing sign if you just cry. Yeah. So, yeah, cheers to that. Wow. Okay, there's a lot of raspberry somewhere here. I just got a huge hit of raspberry. Very pure expression of both beauty and anger, right? Says Greg, yeah. Wendy says I was crying today, but I was peeling onions. Indeed. Indeed. That's awesome, Wendy. Heaven was in your favor, Ariel. When the stream crash occurred, it was meant to be, says Ludo. Indeed. I've shown many instances that are exactly that happening. Tracy says, is that the Negroni talking? It might. It might be the Negroni talking. But why? What's wrong with a Negroni doing the talking? Sometimes, at least. What's wrong? Everyone, this is one of the best meals I've had. I want to thank everyone for sending so many support. We have 80 patrons, and it keeps on growing. 81 because we just gained one during the broadcast. If you want to contribute to these videos so we can show you more places around the world, you can go to paypal.me/Ariel Vieira. And the reason I mention this so much is because all this takes a lot of work. I'm talking to a camera by myself amidst a horde of couples, and I want to continue showing you beautiful places like these and give you my utmost attention and not be worried about trying to do another job and trying to do something else, do more freelance work and do this and that and that and that and this. I want to give my utmost attention to these live videos when I can. So that's why I ask any of you that want to sponsor. It's up to you, of course, but the people who do want to sponsor, that's awesome. Thank you so much for wanting to sponsor this show. You make this show possible, so I'll give a huge round of applause to all the sponsors out there. And Mona says, I think when you are back in New York, you're just going to check it and go away. Mary Lee says, totalmente de acuerdo que pensar positivo. Sí, siempre hay que pensar positivo. She says every time you have to think positive. That's right. You have become a globetrotter one day, and this will be a series, says Mona. Yes, and I hope to bring this also someday soon to a high production television show as well, along with the live videos, as well to a high production television show. And kind of show you this experience in a cinematic way too, aside from live video, because I love both of them. Sunshine, woot woot. Kay, thank you so much for putting the PayPal link right over here. PayPal, if anyone wants to leave any final PayPals, it'll go directly to showing you more interesting places. As I mentioned, you don't need to do the immense amount of walking. You don't need to do the planning, the buying the tickets ahead of time, the finding the Airbnbs, the budgeting. You could enjoy travel from the comfort of your own phone. And if you see that as valuable, right there's the link, or patreon.com/urbanist. I think the universe is in your favor, says Mona. Oh, thank you so much. Grow with what you love. I need transient friends, says Gary. I'm so glad you enjoy having a transient friend online. And if you had great community, says S Fields. That's right. And now let's watch Ariel go to sleep, says George. Indeed. Crying is cathartic, says C Mills. Thank you, Ariel. My pleasure. And the coffee is so delicious too. I love Greece, says Linda. It's magical. As my final video here from Italy, highly recommend coming to this beautiful country. As I mentioned, I have many differences with the culture. But that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of travel. It's worth the experiencing the differences in culture. It's worth being surrounded by romance and by beautiful architecture, and beautiful art, and all these wonderful things. Italy is a wonderful, wonderful country. And also, as I mentioned many times, Greece as well. So I highly recommend coming to these wonderful countries. Thank you so much, sponsors. And I love the cover of this song from Daft Punk. It's a great cover from Daft Punk. Definitely a night to get lucky, as Daft Punk says. Oh, that's a great cover. One of the best songs I've ever heard. Everyone, I mean this from the deepest part of my heart. Linda says they're making out behind you. Indeed they are. Indeed they are. That's nothing better of a backdrop to end this video. Everyone, I mean it from the deepest part of my heart. Keep being awesome. And always keep on exploring. Have a great night, everyone. Arrivederci, amici, and buonanotte. Buonanotte, amici.